With the ballet world at a standstill due to the pandemic, it was time to pair together ballet dancers and other passionate artists to collaborate and create something new, to push ballet forward and to make room for new ideas to thrive.
I am someone who's always wanting to have movement as a part of my practice because that's so much how I identify. So to have someone who is an American ballet theater mover, you know, the best of the best, that alone is already so exciting. I'm Kat Sullivan, originally from East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. I now live in Brooklyn, New York. I am currently visiting faculty at NYU's Tandon School of Engineering. I would say I am a technologist, a performer, and I am currently the artist in residence at the R Lab, which is really responsible for bringing XR, so like VR and AR and all of those alternative realities to New York City.
I just feel so privileged to have been paired with you.
I started as a dancer, so I used to be a little baby bunhead.
I found myself in the beginning of this quarantine session trying to keep up with doing ballet every day, like somehow in some weird way, continuing that daily grind that I was so used to, but within my home. And it just got so draining. I felt like I had to just be completely beaten down in order to then say this isn't helping and it's okay to just stop dancing for a while. So I did. And now I'm in this place where I am dying to move again. My name is Cassandra Trenary, but everyone calls me Cassie, and I am a dancer with the American Ballet Theatre.
So you're in Florida?
I'm in Florida. I'm with my grandmother.
I'm in Brooklyn.
Wait, where in Brooklyn are you, Kat?
Bushwick.
I live in Clinton Hill when I am in New York. Yeah.
Close. So my first big question is, what were your thoughts? What were your ideas? Did you have certain things you wanted to try, themes, topics you wanted to explore?
I'm not sure what's possible, but I've just wanted to like jump out of being a human, especially these, past few months. So I've just been kind of thinking about what it would be like to just like get past all of this. What does the world look like on the other side of this? And I like to think it's going to be a lot better. I don't know, I like the idea of transforming the space around me, or maybe even transforming us.
So are you almost thinking like kind of like moving past a body, feeling kind of like I want to get out, I want out of the skin, out of the bone?
Definitely. I'm like, just get me out of here. Like, get me out of this physical limitation. This is that moment where we're breaking our hearts open, we're shedding our old skin, and we're letting in knowledge and compassion and empathy.
Like, I love this conceptually. I'm also just thinking, because I just think simultaneously concept and technical.
Yeah.
Do you have spaces where you can just really physically explore?
Oh, we could totally make that happen.
We could film something analog and try and play with it. Just like
Sorry,
fun.
what does that mean?
Ooh, yeah, so
Something analog.
a lot of the stuff that I do, we're using cameras that have what's called infrared. Like if you've ever used Snapchat and it does like the dog face.
Oh, yes, okay.
So your camera, you don't get this like depth, but there's still a lot we can do with that.
How can we use dance differently if it does need to be on a screen? It pulls something else out of us as artists because, the camera picks up on every little detail. From afar, you have to magnify your expressions, having to perform for thousands of people at a football field away.
It's interesting you mentioned the pantomime and the exaggeration. I don't know, I think there's something there with really focusing on particularly with the miming gestures of more classical ballet and kind of pulling from that maybe.
Yeah. I think that is a brilliant thing to explore. I like almost the idea of having an internal dialogue and kind of trying to break free from the molds that we're given.
That's wonderful. It will be weird and wild. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it will.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I think this is gonna be pretty epic.
I think so too.
I I was born and raised in Lawrenceville, Georgia. That's where I started dancing. Gosh, I was a tomboy. I actually didn't really like ballet in the beginning. I wanted to be a jazz dancer, a martial artist, the Pink Power Ranger. When I was about 12 years old, after taking on every form of dance you can imagine, I went to my first ballet summer intensive. At the end of that intensive, I was offered a full scholarship to go to New York. That was sort of a major fork in the road for me. I didn't know if I was ready for something like that, but I went to New York and I kept going back until I was offered a position in the school attached to ABT, the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis School. And from there, eventually a contract with ABT.
I was a child that couldn't sit still, was always twirling around, and they brought me to dance. It really shaped my life, and I decided at about 12 to get very serious, and I wanted to really study classical ballet. As a teenager, I started developing almost a dual life. In college, I was a dance and computer science double major.
And studied actually under an ABT dancer. I then got my master's in interactive telecommunications because I wanted to combine movement and technology.
Through that, developed my own practice and realized that at the end of it, I was an artist, which was a very exciting thing to find out.
Hello.
So Cassie and I have met. We both instantly saw the excitement and enthusiasm in the other one, and really, that's all you can ask for in a collaborator.
Are you hungry?
Kat was so kind and charismatic and intelligent. She just had a very sweet spirit. I felt immediately like she was my spirit animal.
It was really exciting to instantly feel like we could just start spitting ideas at each other, especially in such a virtual environment. We're already sending some ideas back and forth. It's gonna be great. We really wanted to come from a place of meaning, and so that was just a lot of Zoom calls of bouncing ideas back and forth, storyboarding and sharing crude drawings.
I took some notes on some of the ideas you had, and I'm gonna try and when I say storyboard, I don't draw, but it's like,
We'd start to sort of build a story. We've got this one character that wants to break free from society, and I was like, so how do we create a society? And she's like, oh, I can have you doing movement, and then I'll just make a bunch of people doing that same thing.
It would be amazing if there was just a row of these beings, or maybe it is me, and it's just all these mundane movements, getting ready for the day, all in unison and really quick and regimented, upright. And then at some point, one of the members of the line is starting to feel like they can't do it anymore. And then that's when that person starts to want to escape. That was one idea. And then maybe to walk around and then be the camera. And I loved you such a great visual too about makeup, smearing the makeup on the wall. As I started learning what she was capable of, and then vice versa, that's when we kind of knew exactly what our story was going to be.
I think both of us were looking for a bit of escapism with this work because physically being closed up.
There was so much frustration around the state of the world, and then it turned into conversations about the pressure that we put on ourselves, the pressure that society puts on us. A lot of the labels that I feel put me in a box are words or feelings that I kind of let creep in, and then they just kind of stick with me, and they keep me from accomplishing certain goals. We just wanted to create a story where someone found a way out of that and quite literally shed all of those thoughts and lies that we tell ourselves as human beings.
And so we're creating a mixed medium video piece. So it's partial video that Cassie shot, and it's partial digital creation that I'm making.
So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go improv, sent it to her. Then she built this like world.
I had to create a digital Cassie, and that took a little bit of time, so we were going back and forth on that design.
Want to see the really scary thing I did?
Oh yeah, please show me the scary thing.
It's very upsetting because it's supposed to be real and it's not, and it upsets our brains. Yeah.
Oh my God!
So that's you.
Wild.
So let's just do like a little dress rehearsal.
A lot of my work deals with motion capture. We wanted to find ways to do that. With the R Lab, I was working a lot on how to create those pipelines for facial motion capturing and, long distance motion capturing.
I'm gonna hit play. There you are.
Wow.
And then we can record. And you should be able to open your mouth more today. I did some work on that. Oh, that's better. Yeah. Very creepy. All right. Okay, so we'll do trial and error for scenes 1 through 4. We'll take a look, we'll see what's working, regroup, and then in a perfect world, we can start experimenting with scene 9, the portal entry.
Great.
Center of lens.
We don't really know what's going to happen when we open our eyes. We're going to just first soften the face. Soften. A little bit of trepidation here. We're going to slowly raise the lashes.
We made this really incredible short film.
Combining digital environments, puppeted avatars, motion capture, as well as film that Cassie shot, and touches upon particularly how women have this very immensely complicated relationship with their bodies, and also how the collective society is a massive component in all of that.
It's a transformation story, and I'm super duper proud of it. I'm excited for people to see it.
Yeah.